Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Welcome to Northern Vietnam. Welcome to Sapa. Welcome to my town. Welcome to Laos. Welcome to Quang Si Waterfalls.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna get rabies.
Welcome to 4,000 Islands. Welcome. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a video that I'm really excited to share with you guys because today I'm sharing exactly how much it costs to spend 12 months living in Southeast Asia. For those of you who are new here, my name's Rory and my wife Casey and I just got back from spending 12 months overseas. We spent most of our time in Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos and Thailand. And because we were going over there and we had no job, we tracked every single dollar we spent while we were there. And I want to share that with you today to prove to you that it doesn't have to be really expensive to travel long term. In fact, it's actually really affordable. So the way we travelled is we stayed everywhere from like really nice places right through to budget backpacker places, taking in some of the most popular tourist attractions as well as visiting some really remote areas through Asia. So if you're interested in travelling through Southeast Asia, definitely check out the rest of our videos. We've actually got over 50 videos sharing different places throughout Asia, as well as costs of living for each individual country if you're interested in that as well. As well as some really cool tips and tricks and handy hints to get you through Southeast Asia. Before I get into the costs, I want to probably point out a couple of things. First of all, these costs are in US dollars. I've always found that US dollars is the easiest currency to convert into other currencies. Most people know what their own currency converts into US dollars. Second thing is that this is for two of us, myself and my wife, so it's going to be a different cost if it's just one person. The third thing is that obviously the way everybody chooses to travel is different. So for us, we don't need the most fancy things in the world and we're quite happy eating street food and things like that. That doesn't mean that we didn't stay in nice places, we certainly did. And we definitely ate in restaurants probably about 60% of the time. So everybody's costs are going to be different. So make sure you do plenty of research yourself before you take off for 1 year. And finally, these costs don't include visas, airfares or travel insurance. So let's get into it. So one expense that you're not going to be able to avoid regardless of where you're going is going to be accommodation. So for us, we stayed in a mix of really nice places that had air conditioning and pools right through to budget backpackers. The way we preferred to travel was we preferred to make sure that we had a private room with air conditioning, and one of the things I always tried to get was a place that included breakfast. If it includes breakfast, it saves a big amount off your eating out bill, which I'll get to later, but anything that you can save in your accommodation means that you've got more money to spend later on. So we spent on average $279 US a month on accommodation. And that came to $3,349 for the entire year. So that is really not a lot of money to be spending on a place to rest your head each night. Our next expense that we tracked was eating out. Another thing that you're not going to be able to avoid if you're spending a long time overseas. We ate out everywhere from fancy restaurants right through to like mum and dad on the side of the street cooking you an egg bread roll. So we ate the entire spectrum of food. As a general rule, we tried to keep it cheap. We found that places where the locals ate was the cheapest and also often the tastiest food as well. Meals varied hugely from country to country as well when it came to price. In Vietnam, you could go to a restaurant and have a meal for a couple of dollars. In Thailand, that would end up being $5 or $6, which is still very cheap, but when you are traveling long-term overseas and you're having to track every single dollar that you spend, those few dollars do make a big difference, especially when you're doing it every single day. So our cost for eating out for the two of us was $312 US per month, and for the total of 12 months, that came to $3,753. The next category that I tracked was drinks. So I always track drinks separately because sometimes we would go and chill in a cafe all afternoon drinking coffees while we edited videos and Casey did her art, or we would just go down to the beach and have some beers. Drinks are something that are generally pretty cheap all through Southeast Asia. A beer will generally set you back between like 50 cents to a couple of dollars depending on where you're drinking. Once again, Thailand was the most expensive and Vietnam was the cheapest. Coffees, depending on the quality of the coffee, will depend on how much you pay. If you go to like a cafe and you wanted to get like a cappuccino or something, you'll probably pay a few dollars anywhere you go. But the best coffees that we have with these Vietnamese like little condensed milk, if you've been to Vietnam you know what I'm talking about, but these things are absolutely amazing. Best coffee that I've probably ever had in my entire life. Those things were generally 50 cents to $1 per one. So the amount that we spent over 12 months on drinks was $188 US per month, or $2,263 US for the entire 12 months. The next thing that we tracked was transport. You're going to need to get around in these countries. What we did do while we were in Vietnam, Cambodia and Laos is we actually bought a motorcycle and we strapped everything to it and we travelled for 14,000 k's around those countries. You're able to cross borders into Cambodia and into Laos with a motorbike if it's a Vietnamese motorbike, so we found that to be a really affordable way to travel. We did catch some buses throughout Thailand. We caught lots of taxis when we were in major cities. We even caught a train when we were in Vietnam. We couldn't be bothered riding back home because it was going to take us days to get there. When I'm tracking our transport costs, I'm looking at fuel, I'm looking at taxis, buses, and I'm also looking at the costs of maintaining the bike when we got punctures and oil changes and things like that. Each month we averaged out to $128 US, and overall it was $1,546 US for the entire year. So the next expense when you're living long term on the road is going to be groceries. So we found ourselves in 7-Eleven in Thailand quite a lot, as well as little mini marts throughout the rest of Southeast Asia. Things like toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, wash, that sort of thing. So that worked out to be $69 US per month, or $835 US for the entire year. So the next expense that we tracked was entertainment. Now that's things like entry fees into like waterfalls and museums. We went to a few amusement parks. We went to the movies quite a lot when we were in Hanoi, because movies are really cheap in Vietnam. It only costs a few dollars to go and see one, and popcorn's like 50 cents, so why not? And that worked out to be $57 US per month, or $689 US for the entire year. Now that might sound like it's not a lot and that we didn't really do much, but check out our videos. We went everywhere. We didn't really limit ourselves on things. If we wanted to go and do something, we would go and do it. It's just that entry fees into places when you're in Asia are really cheap. Like, it doesn't normally cost very much to get in. Another thing that I tracked the cost of was water. Now, water in Asia is really cheap. We would sometimes just buy like 600ml bottles of water, and if we're in a place for a while, we would buy those big kind of 20-litre tubs of water that we would take back to our room and fill up our bottles each day from that. Our average cost of water each month was only $22 US, and that worked out to be $269 for the entire year. So finally we've got miscellaneous expenses. These are things that don't really fit into any other category. It's things like buying new clothes from markets, haircuts, that sort of thing. So on average we spent $57 US per month on miscellaneous things, and that worked out to be $691 US for the entire year. Now that was everything that we tracked, so the final total is $1,121 US per month, or $13,461 US for the entire year. Now as you can see, that is really not a lot of money for living and travelling overseas for 12 months. I mean, one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video was to show you that it doesn't need to be expensive. You can do this. Like, if you put your mind to it and you start saving now, there's no reason why you can't go and travel Asia for 12 months next year. So yeah, that's everything from me today. I hope that you found that useful. If there's any questions that you have about any of the expenses or anything else Southeast Asia related, leave it in the comments down below and I'll get back to you soon. Even if you're just planning on travelling, let me know where you want to go. I'm really keen to chat to you about different places, and we love sharing our experiences, and we love hearing other people's experiences too. So let me know down below. I'll be making a few more videos about tips and tricks and ways to save money over the next little while, so keep your eye out for that. And also we'll be making a whole series on Tasmania now that we're back in Australia, and then continuing travelling around Australia later on. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because if you do and you hit that bell icon, then you'll get notifications when I make new videos. We really appreciate everybody that's subscribed so far, and we love the fact that we can make these videos and share our experiences with other people. But yeah, that's all from me today, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.